So there we are. Back at the decision whether or not to listen to them more closely. Come on. Give me the choice. No, he reminded himself that he needed to finish his article. So does the safe know now? Besides, if this young lady looked anything like her father, he'd just as soon pass. If only he knew. Minorikawa went back to his typing. It took a few minutes to re-establish his writing groove, with the two still bickering across the room, but thankfully he soon regained his focus. This should change timeline for just about everyone. But there's the beeping again. But we already know not to listen to the beeping. Upon looking up in confusion, he found his attention drawn to a young woman at another table. Yes, and now we're looking at... I still don't know her fucking name, I should have looked it up. Is it? No, Chiaki is the one working with him, right? Whatever. Come on, game. Yes. She's a glutton, we know that. She's still kinda cute though. I really like her. If only I could remember her fucking name. He heard a strange beeping sound again. Yes. There it is. Closer. You don't need to get to the bottom of this. Never mind. I need to focus on finishing this article. Exactly. Minorikawa immersed himself in his writing again. Before long he stopped worrying about the curious sound. He could just reach into his pocket and turn it off. But okay. I guess. The plump young woman set about devouring all the food she had ordered despite the strange looks she was getting. She didn't even finish it all. Or are you not supposed to eat the green stuffs she left over? Doesn't she like vegetables? I don't know. Now that was an appetite to be reckoned with. It took her under 3 minutes to polish off the... What? That's fucking unhealthy. To polish off the lot, then looking not the least bit sated, she picked up the menu right back up. And who's paying for this? Was she seriously going to order more? Minorikawa was starting to take an interest in this young lady. There might be a story here. Oh. He conjured up a series of headlines in his mind. Woman inhales 30,000 calories in 3 minutes. Let's see. This is the equivalent of 100 pieces of shortcake, 300 glasses of milk, or enough steak and rice to feed about 30 people. Wow. Seriously, wow. No, he needed something with more punch. Food for thought. An exposé on obesity. Oh, that's kinda mean. No, that was no good. He wasn't writing for a fashion mag here. She's also not that obese, is she? She's a little bit chubby, but she's still quite alright in my opinion. A gourmet day in Shibuya. That was it. Actually, I think the first one had the most punch, but okay. He'd be able to whip something up if he went with the foodie angle. Minorikawa got up from his seat. I think we get to learn her name again, thankfully. That's pretty impressive, he said to the hungry diner. Do you always eat that much? The young woman glared back at him. Oh god, Minorikawa, be careful now. Not always, she said. Suddenly tension filled the air. Oops, was that way too blunt of me? I mean, she's a young lady after all. Maybe I should change up my approach. Who the heck are you anyway, the woman asked. I'm a freelance writer. I was hoping I could do an interview with you real quick. You want to interview me? The suspicion was plain on her face. I do. I mean, girls all over the world worry about their diets, right? Oh god, Minorikawa, be careful now. I hear that, yeah. So would you be willing to share your secret or your technique or whatever for how to eat without getting fat? Ah, 10 out of 10, Minorikawa. I think you got it now. What, me? Sure, I mean, look at the figure you're maintaining despite eating all this food. Oh yeah, she quite liked that. The young woman's expression brightened up. Oh, you noticed? There's actually a lot that goes into all this. The only thing I'm drinking is burning hammer 24/7. No, she also drank a caramel shake, didn't she? Yeah. The basic thing though is to eat 10 meals a day. Okay, maybe I should try it out, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't judge. Minorikawa struggled to keep his jaw from dropping. 10 meals a day? She flashed him a chubby-cheeked grin. Oh god. You don't know how diets work, do ya? She chuckled. Eating only 1 or 2 meals a day? That's what'll make you fat. You gotta space your food out into smaller portions throughout the day. But you eat less. If you eat more frequently, you eat less every time. That's how it works. You just ate 5 different dishes at once. That's the fundamentals of dieting right there. Right, but what happened to the smaller portion spot? Minorikawa had to bite his tongue. I see, he said. Any other pro-dieting tips you could share? Well, for the basics, I'd say always drink protein instead of tea, yeah? Drink protein all day? Seriously? Once again, it took all of Minorikawa's willpower to keep his thoughts to himself. Damn, she actually does look quite fucking good, if what she says is true. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's this stuff called Burning Hammer too, but she trailed off with a little wince. Wait, Minorikawa perked up. Did you say Burning Hammer? Oh, you know it. I've heard of it anyway, Minorikawa replied. He decided he was better off keeping his plans to head to the sales demo a secret. There's a sales demo later on, if you're interested, the woman said as if she were reading his thoughts. Though, full disclosure, I'm working for them right now. She handed Minorikawa an advertising pamphlet. There was a more detailed map for the venue included. What a stroke of luck! Now he didn't need to rely on the crummy map in the project proposal anymore. He'd have no trouble finding the venue with the building's various floors all broken down for him. And actually, I gotta get back to work, the woman said. Fuck, she's leaving him at the table, he'll have to pay. I call it. Sure, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to hang back and finish up my copy, yeah. The woman left the cafe and Minorikawa went back to his laptop. Seriously, Minorikawa. Did she pay up front or did they just drop this altogether? I don't know. He'd gotten some new info on the Burning Hammer sales demo, but he'd also lost some more time. The surveillance camera piece still wasn't finished. It was going to be a near thing to get it done before the sales demo started. Yet instead of returning to his writing, he got out his cell phone. What if Toyama had gotten another of his crazy ideas? If he tried to hang himself again? The thought had Minorikawa too worried to work on his copy. Oh, you're a good guy, Minorikawa. I hope everyone around you appreciates that, despite how weird you are sometimes. The phone rang several times before someone picked up. Mr. Toyama, where are you right now? Minorikawa asked. Right now? I'm on the run, somewhere near Shoto. Let's see, what's Shoto? An upscale residential district. Despite being smack dab in the middle of the city, it's a quiet neighborhood, rife with greenery. The residence of the former governor of Tokyo is here, built on a massive 2,200 square meter plot of land. There's a shady hotel district a short walk to the south, making for quite a juxtaposition. Okay. Toyama was speaking in an oddly hushed tone. Shoto? After you left the office, some guys came by to collect on my debts, so I made a run for it. Wait, with the little girl or without her? Okay, so he wasn't dead, but the situation was still pretty bad. Look, we'll get you through this somehow, Minorikawa said, hoping it was true. Just keep your head down and stay out of trouble. Stay where you are now. You need to get back to the office ASAP. Oh god, what do we want him to do? Do we want him to stay out of trouble, or do we want him to get back to the office? Is there any hint to what we've already read in the other stories? Tama bumped into him, right? Was it Tama that bumped into him? I think it was. You need to get back to the office. Let's just choose this. The office? They'll find me there for sure. Toyama's voice was little more than a pathetic whimper. It's a little bit of reverse psychology. The last place the debt collectors are gonna think you went is back to the office, right? I see, Toyama said. He sounded impressed by the suggestion. For now, just stay hidden until I can get these articles finished. Alright, Toyama said weakly. He hung up. Minorikawa let out a deep sigh and turned back to his laptop. Oh, wow, a keep out. Suddenly. Somehow. But we know where to continue, right? We continue with Kano. Right? Yeah. Was this a keyboard before? Anyway, let's just go. Without further ado, I want to see what happens to him now. Determination, thinking back to the way Tateno had put his life on the line to rescue a bunch of strangers, made Kano feel all the more raw about just tailing these syndicate members. Letting the crooks just wander around wasn't going to bring Maria Osawa to safety. Osawa, that's the name of I as well. That's what I was wondering about earlier. Fuck it, it's not important anymore, is it? Of that, Kano was now certain. So... Shoot, it's bleeding pretty bad, he heard someone say behind him. What? He turned and saw two young men carrying another along. There was a towel wrapped tightly around the third's head. Hey, what happened? Kano asked. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Shut your mouth. Kano blanched. Candy attitude. He's trying to help. Another voice cut in. Jesus. Must be kind of weird to get up close to someone like that, only to find out that it's a fucking police officer and you just told another police officer to shut up. This dude will piss his pants, I think. It was Sasayama. Had he finished dealing with the girl by the station then? What happened to your friend? Out of my way, man. I ain't afraid to kick your ass. Look, cut the crap and let me take a quick look. Sasayama unwrapped the towel from around the young man's head. Oh, that's nasty. The young guy was a little more than a kid. His head was soaked red with blood. What happened? He appeared to be unconscious. They couldn't just leave him like this, but they were in the middle of a job. They should probably call juvenile affairs. They were in the middle of a job, but they couldn't just leave him like this. They should probably take him to a hospital. Yes! What happened? Where's this coming from now? Is this really what happens if Kano doesn't get held up by his father-in-law? Jesus! Take him to a hospital. Yes, Kano offered to help carry the bloodied young man, but Sasayama stepped in front of him. He quickly flashed the two youths his badge. Oh crap, you're a cop? Sasayama nodded. Who are you kids with? He's fucking creepy, Sasayama, seriously. I think he's creepy but effective, and that's the thing. The BAMFs? What? BAMFs? Badass motherfuckers? Shibuya's number 2 gang, its leader Sohei Ikari, has gathered up some big mean dudes in an attempt to make Shibuya his turf. The gang's leadership is inferior to that of SOS, but on an individual level, its members tend to be stronger in the fight. Word is that the rise of the BAMFs? BAMFs? How should I call them? Should I really say badass motherfuckers every time? Is one of the reasons SOS has been growing more combative recently. SOS? SOS, admitted one of the young men after some hesitation. Who attacked you? Yo, it ain't like that. What was it like then? Infighting? The young man was silent, so Sasayama must have been right on the mark. In the course of his police duties, Kano picked up a fair amount of street gossip from the young people in Shibuya. Lately, the scuttlebutt about the legendary SOS gang was that they were dealing with some internal strife. Look, don't worry about it, I get it. There's a hospital just down that way. Hurry up and get him there. The young man patted off Sasayama's offered hand, then quickly hauled his friend away. Sounds like SOS is on the verge of breaking up with all this infighting, huh? Kano asked. He kept his eyes on the young man as they headed off. Yeah, seems like it's been pretty rough. You know, what with the original leader leaving and all. The detectives in juvenile affairs were well acquainted with SOS's original leader. That would be Achiendo! Initially, SOS was nothing more than a small group of like-minded young people who hung out together, but as its membership grew, the general public began referring to the group as a gang. Word has it that back when Achi was in charge, gang members never started any conflicts themselves, but simply responded in kind when others brought fights their way. Sounds like Achi. The stories were like something out of some after-school special. There were tales of them taking down gangs who sold drugs to kids, or breaking into Yakuza front offices to save their friends, which is crazy. The detectives with juvenile affairs took these stories with a grain of salt, but if there really were young people like that out there, Kano hoped to meet them someday. I don't know. As amazing as it sounds, they're still vigilantes, right? So maybe Kano shouldn't want to meet them. Well, maybe he wants to meet them to tell them to stop it, I don't know. Anyway, back to it. Whatever this told us, basically told us that Achi kicked this guy's ass? The detectives had to hurry to catch up with the man they were tailing. He was still strolling along, seemingly in no particular hurry. They kept him in sight as he crossed another pedestrian overpass and circled back around. Still following the same MO, huh? Sasayama grumbled. Guess so, Kano said. How'd things go with the girl? He was careful not to take his eyes off the mark as they talked. I managed to calm her down and get her on a train. She was going on about how she wanted to go someplace far, far away, but whatever, it's all good now. Feel kinda bad about the whole thing, Kano said. Well, she's not pertinent to the case anyhow. Guess it's back to dogging this guy. Sasayama nodded towards the suspect, looking none too pleased. They look weird together. Maybe they shouldn't walk next to each other. So, Sasayama, I'm thinking the attached case is going to get handed off again any moment now. Huh? Sasayama peered at the mark, who was scanning the plaza he just entered, apparently looking for someone. I think he's gonna throw it. I take one side, you take the other? Kano suggested. Sasayama's eyes went wide. Say, what now? That way we apprehend both perps involved with the handoff. Sasayama didn't reply. Look, HQ isn't thinking about the hostage's safety, Kano said, but that needs to take priority here. Sasayama's face took on a rare solemnity. Disobeying a direct order is not something to do lightly. A detective's behavior is governed by the Local Public Service Act. Article 32 states that a detective is to faithfully follow the orders of his superior in the course of his duties. Violating this is punishable by a warning, reduction in pay, suspension from duty, or dismissal. In the event of a warning, not only is the individual expected to submit a formal letter of apology, but pay raises may be delayed or performance bonuses cut. Then, after a moment, he added, but I'm on board. I'm sick of all this wandering around anyway. That's Sasayama I know, Kano replied with a chuckle. Tee-hee. Sasayama gave him a silent thumbs up. So what's gonna happen now? The two detectives took up position on opposite sides of the plaza. Kano called up Sasayama on his cell phone. You ready? He asked. Just give the word. There were only two non-Japanese people in the nearby crowd. Both were eyeing the surroundings anxiously. Kano was certain the handoff was about to take place. And then... Well. If it isn't Mr. Toyama. Kano's ears perked up at the sound of an aggressive greeting, the voice dripping with faint cheer. Oh. He whirled around to see two rough-looking young men confronting a father and his daughter. Guess we chose wrong. The older man looked pained. Please, just hold on, he said placatingly. I thought we agreed on 4 o'clock? The young man snarled. Don't you try and play dumb with us, buddy. It's nothing like that, I swear. My girl was just hungry, so I stepped out to... Yeah? How come you didn't just order delivery, huh? Ah, yes, right. I suppose that would work too. Ahaha. Don't you ahaha me, man. Kano watched the argument uneasily. The stranger's altercation put him in a bit of a spot. The crook he was tailing probably wouldn't risk handing off the case with an uproar like this going on. What's going on over there? Sasayama asked. I'm not sure, Kano replied. Looks like some kind of argument. The suspects are gonna get wary on us. It's gonna screw up the whole handoff. Yeah, I know. So do something about it and get over here, Sasayama said. What? Find some way to shut them up and then get over here. Oh, sure, alright. Kano headed towards the argument. He was only halfway there when Sasayama called again. He sounded panicked. Hey, Kano! He made a run for it! Huh? Oh crap! The man they'd been tailing had vanished in the brief time Kano had taken his eyes off of him. Seriously? Wait up! Kano shouted. Sasayama was racing after the suspect and Kano rushed to join him. The man was surprisingly quick, however, and neither detective managed to catch up. In fact, they soon lost sight of him amidst the teeming crowds. Frantically, they dashed through the streets as fast and hard as they could. Oh, we fucked up earlier, huh? We lost him, Sasayama admitted at last. Damn it! He stamped his foot on the asphalt in disgust. Director Kusei? Kano gasped over the wireless. I'm sorry, but we lost the man with the attached case. There was a heavy sigh on the other end of the line. Kano braced himself. He wasn't going to be able to weasel out of this one with just an I'll do better next time. Sasayama, Kano, get your asses back to the precinct. Kusei out. With that, Kusei switched off the line. Oh, we done goofed, guys. Back to the precinct. Kano knew full well what that meant. They were off the case. It was annoying in his gut. If those two punks hadn't shown up. No. If that father and his daughter hadn't turned up, he might have been able to apprehend the suspect. Duh. Maybe next time. Don't let it get you down, Sasayama said. I mean, paper pushing can be kind of fun. The look on his face, however, suggested he didn't think it was fun at all. Not one bit. With the air of two men heading to an execution, Kano and Sasayama trudged back towards the Shibuya precinct. Yep. That's a bad end, if I've ever seen one. Back to the precinct, number 18. Let's see. Kano was taken off the case because he lost track of the suspect thanks to a random altercation nearby, and his glum conclusion was correct. If that father/daughter duo hadn't shown up, this wouldn't have happened. A certain someone needs to give those two some better advice, and a certain other someone needs to meet up with them outside his or her house. What? So we need to do something else as well. It's not just... Oh, that's interesting now. It's not just Minurikawa telling them something else. Maybe we did actually tell them the right thing, but we need them to meet up with someone else? Both of those are key to changing poor Kano's fate. Interesting. Definitely interesting, and I have to look into that next time though, since I take it. I don't know who it could be. I mean, Achi is definitely done. Tama has a keep out, Osawa has a keep out. Maybe we need to finally jump somewhere. You know, there were a few jumps in there somewhere. I need to take a look at this. Maybe we'll find out together next time. Bye.